All right, so it's going to be a delay. All right. All right, let me try to find it. And I know my volume is decent. And so this is going to work a little better. Oh, here we go. It works. Yeah. All right, let me see if I hear this though. Nope. Nope. All right, let me see if I hear this though. Nope. So, okay, so none of the sound effects still go through. Let me see if the echo goes through. Echo goes through. Okay, so none of the sound effects still. Not even the echo is working. Echo's not even working. I'm getting some feedback from the phone. Yeah, the echo's not working. I'm getting some. So, guys, I don't know if it's this unit. I really don't know. I don't know if it's a default unit. I've been calling the person I bought it from because none of the board works. I've got the echo wrapped up, and the echo's still not working. The echo's not working. So y'all can't. I'm not hearing the echo through this. So I don't know what to say about this mono. I really don't. Uh, Nothing works on it. Now I don't know if I hear all this in it. Nothing works on it because the only thing I can really get to work on this mono is this microphone. That's it. This microphone is the only thing that's working on it. None of the board works. I put the music through. The music doesn't work. It won't adjust the music. And I made a mistake. And I'm not here to bash anybody, but the person I bought it from is not answering my calls anymore. And maybe she sent me the wrong wire because I don't, because following everybody else, it says wire number 1. I only have wire number 2. But with the Bluetooth, it should work, and it's not working. The only thing works on this thing is the microphone. And I'm getting a lot of feedback from my Apple phone. But that's interesting that Apple won't take an external speaker. So they make you buy AirPods. And like my Echo Plex doesn't work. It works in my headphones, but it's not transferring over. And like my Echo Plex doesn't work. It works in my headphones, but it's not transferring. Yeah, see. None of the effects work. So the only thing that works on this machine, and I don't know if it's a bad unit, I can't say. Again, I bought it. It's still the plastic on it. I bought it fairly new. But the only thing works is I can take this mobile. I'll say that. That's the only thing that works. Nothing else works for me. Now, I've seen other people use this unit and everything works. Nothing works for me. Nothing at all. But the microphone. Now, maybe it's a defective unit. I can't say. But I've watched everybody else put this thing together and it works fine. Everything goes across. For some reason, I can't get like all these sounds. I can't get any of that to work. Now it gives me the opportunity to be mobile. I'll say that. And this older phone, it jumps so much. But I did want to show this, if I can do it without it kicking me out. And I'm gonna erase all this. But I wanted to show. Looks like I got to take the whole unit with me. But yeah, get a chance to show this. But that's my cave where I as you see, there's Jimi Hendrix with the feathers, and this is my pipe. Hathor, Akhenaten, great starface flower. But this is kind of my altar. This table here is 50 years old. No, this table is closer to 61 years old. I've had this table since I was 5 years old. This is marble. Um, Family used to work in trailers and stuff, and so marble table came with the trailer. Oh, okay. So I don't know, and maybe it's me, but I think this unit is defective. I don't have any other way to say about it. I don't want to give the person a low thing that sold it to me, but this unit appears to be defective because for some reason this unit will not communicate uh, with anything other than using it as a microphone. And this does have the opportunity, this does have the capacity to record, but it only appears to work for the microphone for me. Now, again, I think this unit is defective. Um, and if I don't hear from the person that sold it to me, I'm probably going to have to give them a bad review saying that they sold me some defective equipment without telling me it was defective. And again, I only paid 80, 90 bucks for it. And it is a mobile microphone. As you see, this microphone does work, but this unit does a little more. And for some reason, doesn't appear to be anything I can do to make all the other things work. And so it makes me think that this was broke and someone sold it to me broke. That's what I'm thinking. Um, because the only thing that works is this mic. But with saying that, there is a lot of potential here because I can take it around. So, and I know this is a test unit. I know that. So the people coming in and out, that's okay. I'm just kind of testing this unit anyway. And the thing that I'm disappointed is that the Apple, and I'm gonna say this, the Apple, this iPhone 12, my daughter asked me why I have it. I use this Note 9 more than that iPhone. It again, setting up a Bluetooth, and then they have it where you have to buy earbuds for it. Like if you even see some of the sportscasters when they wearing the earbuds, uh, uh, it makes me think they have this same problem. That when they're going live, and I mean live from a broadcast studio, or they're home on or joining like ESPN or something, when you trying to do it from that, you got to have the earbuds, and that's wrong, and that makes you have to have another expense. Hey, Dred. Now I'm still going on at midnight tonight. Again, this is the night where most people are going to celebrate the full moon. We're going to celebrate we're going to celebrate still the day out of time. But I do see the possibilities with this system. I mean, even with the system broken, this has a lot of possibility to take it on the road. And now I don't think I may be able to play music through the system. I hook up the line and it still doesn't give me anything. But I'll say this, I can walk through the house and, I still have this microphone. But again, I can do this without this system. If I can do this without the system. It's like I could go live and don't even need this. It's just I can use the regular microphone of the system. And so look how much wire that it takes for this microphone. You see that? It takes all that wire. And, it's not, I don't know. I don't know what to say about this little unit. It doesn't appear like anything's wrong with it. It's so new where all the plastic and stuff is on it, but it will not communicate fully with any device. And so, as I said before, the person that's watched my live and came on my live at night, I tried calling her, and I don't. Maybe there's a wire she didn't send me. I'm looking and saying wire one. I don't have wire one. I have wire two, but I don't have wire one. But again, you're supposed to be able to connect music to the system. That's not working. As I connect music, the music doesn't go through. And so the main problem is only half of this unit will communicate with whatever device. And even when I plug it into my computer, it's the same problem. It is not connecting. Um, Now, as a mobile unit, I see the possibilities. I could go to the park or somewhere and I could cast. But again, I don't need all this to do that. I could unplug from this and still be casting, just using this phone. So what is the advantage? What is the advantage, So, very smooth day, cooler today in the 50s. Still got the fan on, still got the windows open. So, but had some after doing the show last night, had some very good meditations. Again, we're manifesting, so there's a lot of energies out there. I'm going to erase all these. So I just wanted to test this. And again, I don't see the benefit of having this. I really don't. Again, I didn't pay a whole lot. I probably should have bought it. The mistake I made, I bought it from a person trying to save a little money. I saved about 20 bucks, 30 bucks from buying it new. And that was probably a mistake because who I bought it from, obviously, they were probably having some problems with it. And so that's what it appears like. They maybe dropped the unit. I don't know. But it's so new where there's plastic on the top, plastic on the bottom. But watching everyone else, everything works for everyone else. I can hear all these buttons. Now no, Mr. Evans, no. What you're going to be looking at is you have I'll have to go back in my Facebook because the last game I went to was my son and I watched Portland. Well, no, let me back up even further. I think it was 3 years ago. I've been to a game since 3 years, but the last time I really got to investigate a hoop, I've said this before. My cousin, I don't have a pendant right here. It's kind of behind me. So why don't you save your question, Moray, and I'll answer it later. If you don't mind, I'll be back at midnight. But Mr. Evans, what you would look for, okay, so the last time my cousin who used to coach for the Indianapolis WNBA team was a few years ago, a few summers ago, maybe 3 summers ago now. And so when you have what's called the backcourt, all access pass, I guess it's called. But what it gives you the opportunity is to wait for the players or coaches after the game is over. So what I noticed is when they would win, my cousin would come right out. When they would lose, it would take him a little longer. And so I would be in the target center next to the basket, and I took a couple close-up pictures then, and I have to go back to see if I can find them. But what you look for is the amount of electronics that go in the game. And let me tell you another thing during live games that I noticed this year is now let me even go back. So right now, the super high schools like Oak Hill Academy, the IMF, I think it's in Florida. These schools are going to start playing each other. But I'm going to say this. This is my point. They're going to start using a 35-second clock in the high school ranks in these type of games. Now, I bring it back to the pro goals. So as you know, the high school goals generally come from the walls. They're lowered down. Everybody's been to a high school game. They're generally lowered down or they're pushed to the side. If it's a smaller high school, they push them to the side. So what I noticed is watching Master P, watching the top player in the nation play, watching Master P's son play and the top player in the country play that's going to Gonzaga next year, is I looked at the amount of added, and look up my Master P video where Master P's on my thumbnail, the added electronics. So there's added electronics even at the high school game now. So when I made that video, I was just noticing, and I was like, this is very possible. One of the crude basket manipulation systems could be involved in the high school because the amount of electronics were enhanced for a high school game. Now, if you go to a pro game, getting back to where I started with the question for Mr. Evans, is what you look at is if you're at a pro game, and again, the beginning of the game, if you have floor seats, and if you have downstairs access or floor seat access, you can kind of walk under the hoop, and nobody will really bother you as long as you don't walk on the floor. So if you got there early to a pro game and you are sitting on the on the court access, and I don't mean the more expensive seats, But if you even sit like one or two rows back, they've kind of they've eliminated the seats where I used to sit. Those seats don't exist. But if you have floor access, um, you can look at either hoop and you can take as many close-ups, and you see the amount of electronics going into the system. It's an expanded amount of electronics that you see now, and you see all the cameras and stuff. When they show the camera and the ball coming in, all this is put in the system. But the more electronics proves the point of the more possibility of it being vastly manipulated. So that's a greater possibility, is my point. And so that is what you would look for, Mr. Evans. Now, if you said you had a metal detector, I don't know if that would work, but just the extreme amount of electronics going to the hoop shows it's possible that there's some type of attraction system. Even some people suggest a type of gyro missile system, and maybe even a more advanced than a gyro missile system. And so this now I'll say this, and I said this last night. The system is also used in football. We know electronics are in football. That the article I read about Pat Mahomes saying extra, like they're even saying extra electronics should be put in the football. So if the football goes over the goal, you see that it went over the goal. I mean, you see that it's a touchdown instead of them in the scrum and can't tell. So. Uh, and so this is something to consider that would direct both systems and just the similarities in how they can do both systems. The NFL is the first to admit there is electronics in the football. So we know if there's some electronics in the football, then we know that it's all parts of electronics. Yeah, absolutely. If you have that time, take as many pictures as you can. And I'll have to go through my old Facebook pictures. But a lot of my pictures, I was sitting behind on the Blazers bench. I got to see the Blazers play a lot. I don't know why, but I always seem to catch the Blazers. But I'm sitting behind the Blazers bench, and I had pretty good access to show you. And even though this was a few years ago, you can still see the amount of electronics, and that shows right there that it is um, the electronics part is a very possibility. It's a very possibility. So trying to okay. I'm maxed. I'm really I don't know. I don't know what to say about this system. I might have to buy a new one to order it from the original factory, and maybe it'll work for me. But I think if I invest anymore, it might be in a little better system. But as a good system, micro system, this is not bad. Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Because last night, let me see, how can I say this? Last night, there we go. So last night I ran into uh, an employee at Mr. Blake, and I was asking him and teasing him about the meth situation. He was like, "Well, something I hadn't considered. I guess now the thing that a lot of meth people do is they take heroin and meth. They do a type of speedball." And I'm like, "Wow, that is that is crazy. That is crazy that now people take meth and heroin at the same time. And you can get, meth in a hair like a liquid. Meth can come as a liquid too. John Legazzo played in some crazy movie where they showed the different people how they use meth. And his character shot meth. So if anybody remembers that. Hey, Mr. T Gaming, thank you for joining me. So um, again, I'm testing this mono system. It is good to transport. But as far as everything else, nothing else on it works. The Echoplex or nothing works. None of the effects work. And I don't really know what to do to make anything else work. I do think it's shorted out or something because if you remember, I did a live a few weeks ago using it. And for that one night, you could hear the effects. Now, none of the effects are picked up by any of the phones for some reason. And I don't know. Hell of a combo. So it's okay. And then I'll get earbuds so the better camera on the iPhone will work, because this is when it's coming out. It's pretty grainy. They're trying to go back to the future, smoking that shit. I don't know what they're doing, but yeah, the heroin, the heroin and meth mixture of speedballing. And I've told before, my roommate, him and this nurse, they used to speedball. They would shoot up heroin and cocaine, because you can turn the cocaine into a liquid, and they would shoot it together, and it's really weird. But now I guess that's the meth thing, because they're saying that shooting the meth and the heroin together kind of mellows them out, because the heroin will make you really sleepy, and then you've got this crystal meth that'll bring you really up. So they're saying that the heroin would mellow you out. But I don't know, if this is a good deal having this, because again, what's the point of having it if I can't put music to it to do music? Um, I could do just the phone. I could just go live and use the phone. Wouldn't need this. And so I don't really see the advantage of having this thing. It hasn't worked. And again, I've kept it too long to return it to the person, because I have dyslexia, and it takes me a while to fully understand why something's wrong or right. So I'm going to take the L on this. I'm not going to give the person a good review, because I think they knew it was defective. But yet they wanted, I paid $80 for this, and I think $9 for shipping. So I paid almost $90, where I should have just bought a new unit uh, from the factory. And maybe in the future I will, but uh, this unit appears to be defective. I've done everything everybody else has done, and none of it. It's just this unit is not communicating with any of the systems. Matter of fact, I want to say that when I used it with my computer, I don't even know that this mic was working. I think I'm getting the mic from here. I even now, there's a possibility you're not hearing me through this, you're hearing me through the phone. So um, I bought some. I'm pretty sure I bought this defective equipment. And if the person doesn't call me, because I know they've watched my live before, I'm gonna have to give you a bad review for selling me defective equipment. So, uh, hey, Derek, thank you for joining me. Hey, what's up, Strong Discernment? So I'm just going now. I'm gonna have to cook. I'm gonna have to break away and cook for the little my youngin over there with all the smart mouth. So, and I'm pretty sure it's picking me up from the mic over here. I don't know that. Um, I'll see if that picks up later. I left the other phone in the other room. So, I mean, if I can't connect other units to it, like another phone to it, what is the purpose of this? It's not working. And so that's just on me. They gave me another microphone. I guess that's the best thing I could look out of this unit. That I should have bought the unit new, and trying to save some dollars, bought a used one, and I think they found out it was defective. And I mean, it's so new that there's still plastic on the back, still plastic on the front. So it appeared new, but I think the person I bought it from found it was defective, and that's why they sold it. And they basically got their money back, because these are only going for about 120. I paid 90 altogether. So I think that's what they did, is they got rid of this defective one, and they probably bought a new one. And when they found out what I found out, I can't return it because I've had it too long to return. I might even check that out. I might be able to return this. I don't think I've had this for a full month. I'll check. And if I haven't had this for a full month, I'm definitely going to send it back. Because if I can't use the effects, if I can't use anything but a microphone, I mean, that's ridiculous. You know. Um, Overstand Mocha, baby girl is beautiful. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I've got to go cook for her. So I'm going to cut this now. I'm sorry for all the delays and stuff. I'm sorry for all that. Uh, but just testing the equipment, giving me some options. And so YouTube, up yours, because you only want to let people go live when they have 1,000 people with the phones. Well, these other avenues have showed that we don't need YouTube to go live. StreamYard to let you go live anytime. So I'm not going to mess with the equipment anymore tonight. I'm going to go back and erase all these after I listen to them. And yes, I'll look forward to you. Enjoy your rest of the day out of time. And I'll see everybody at midnight. Till we meet again. Thank you. Okay, Crazy Sarge. Thank you. That's a good idea. But I don't know what I can do to make this thing work. Um, it worked one time on my computer, but since then it will not work. The person with the Phoenix jersey had the number 93. Oh, Briss, interesting. Yeah, the Lakers person had 74, and they won the championship 72. Wilt was 72. 72-73 season, I believe Wilt and Jerry West won. And then Magic won it with Kareem in 79-80. Yeah. So, yeah, Crazy Sarge, I'll give you a call later and maybe we can work together and see if there's something I can do to get this. Because I've went through my, like in my computer, what I've done with my computer is I've went in the computer and turned on the speakers. So it's this thing, still nothing. So, oh, okay. Derek says, who everyone taking tonight? Knicks or Hawks? I'm taking the Knicks. I'm taking the Knicks tonight. So, but thank you guys. And till we meet again.